Hi LEGO fans! In light of the dark events of recent weeks, Professor Dumbledore has granted me permission to start a little dueling club. So today I'm going to be unboxing, speed building, and reviewing set number 76441, Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club from LEGO Harry Potter. This is not the first time LEGO has recreated the Dueling Club as seen in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. 4733 The Dueling Club hit the shelves in 2002. We'll take a look at one from the archives later in the video. Heck, we might even recreate the iconic scene with minifigures. Released in January 2025, this diminutive set retails for 20 Great British Pounds, 25 Euros, or 25 US dollars. The 158-piece part count includes 4 magically magnificent minifigures, although there is only one brand new minifigure to speak of. We've got Draco Malfoy, who also made an appearance in the last video, the boy what gone done lived, Harry James Potter, lover of Lily and Slytherin head of house, Severus Snape, and master of memory charms but not much else, Gilderoy Lockhart. The set is pretty basic, but has interesting mechanics for us to recreate a magical duel between 2 minifigures. You may have noticed the name of the set includes the Hogwarts Castle prefix. As the prophecy predicts, we can indeed recreate Lockhart's Dueling Club inside the Great Hall. More on that also later in the video. As well as the platform on which duels are held, there's a fireplace with another random collectible portrait. Hopefully not another Basil Fronzak. We also have some interesting elements which bring the wands to life with colourful magical blasts. Anyway, enough of all that nonsense, let's tear this open and crack on. Here's everything you get inside the box. We've got 3 numbered bags of LEGO and a 58-page instruction booklet. I'm going to go ahead and put together the Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club, and today this is going to be a 60-second speed build. And after just 15 minutes of building, here is the completed 76441 Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club from LEGO Harry Potter. We're going to start by taking a look around this 158-piece set, check out the action features, and see what's changed in the last 23 years. Because it's rude not to, we will be checking out how this looks in Hogwarts Great Hall, and then recreating the Dueling Club scene from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Finally, we'll be taking a look at those magically magnificent minifigures, comparing them to their on-screen counterparts, and checking them out side by side against the 2002 versions. Given the $25 price point, this is quite a small set. It consists of the Dueling Club platform, a small fireplace which provides an excuse to chuck in one of those collectible wizard tiles, and a snake for reasons I'll explain later. The Dueling Club platform is a sturdy and decorative build. Each end is symmetrical and includes steps which don't quite reach the floor. Both sides of the platform incorporate jumper plates onto which you can stand minifigures before they engage in mortal combat. The underside is completely boxed in, which hides an interesting mechanism. The sides incorporate textured 1x2 bricks for decoration, and the top accurately recreates the decorative platform as we see in the movie. As you can see, we have astrological symbols printed onto a purple background. In the movie, this does appear to be lashed down with rope, and we see that detail also in the printed, not stickered tiles. Removing some of the elements reveals a hidden mechanism. Each one of the minifigure platforms incorporates a handle element. This snaps into a clip hidden underneath the decorative tiles. The other side has a mirror image of the same. Next to the clip we find a red tile which can be moved. That subtle movement is controlled by the steps on the other side of the build. Pushing the red tile against the platform causes the clutch to be released, and this causes the minifigure platform to fly away in a pleasing manner. Providing a little decorative theming, we have this fireplace which should blend nicely with the overall Hogwarts theme. The fire itself is a single flame element, but the real purpose for this fireplace is to introduce the collectible portrait. This is Professor Odessa Sakendenberg, and she was a headmistress at Hogwarts in the early 16th century. She's credited with writing the book Home Life and Social Habits of British Muggles. As I mentioned earlier, this is not the first time we've seen the Dueling Club recreated in Lego form. This is set number 4733, the Dueling Club, from 2002. It contains a similar action feature where you can stun your opponent. Everta Statum! I think it's fair to say a lot has changed in the last 22 years, but I do miss that glow-in-the-dark Snape. Now, one of the really neat features about this set is that it's meant to fit inside Hogwarts Great Hall. Shall we give it a go? I really like the way this looks, but space is a little tight for what I have in mind next. Let's go back to the white background and revisit the Dueling Club. Gather round! Gather round! Can everybody see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent. In light of the dark events of recent weeks, Professor Dumbledore has granted me permission to start this little dueling club, to train you all up, in case you ever need to defend yourselves, as I myself have done on countless occasions. For full details, see my published works. Let me introduce my assistant, Professor Snape. He has sportingly agreed to help me with a short demonstration. Now, I don't want any of you youngsters to worry. You'll still have your potions master when I'm through with him, never fear. One, two, three, Expelliarmus! Whoa! Do you think he's alright? Who cares? An excellent idea to show them that, Professor Snape, but if you don't mind me saying, it was pretty obvious what you were about to do. And if I had wanted to stop you, it would have only been too easy. Perhaps it would be prudent to first teach the students to block unfriendly spells, Professor. An excellent suggestion, Professor Snape. Let's have a volunteer pair. Potter, Weasley, how about you? Weasley's wand causes devastation with the simplest spells. We'll be sending Potter to the hospital wing in a matchbox. Might I suggest someone from my own house? Malfoy, perhaps? Good luck, Potter. Yes, sir. Wands at the ready. Scared, Potter? You wish. On the count of 3, cast your charm to disarm your opponent. Only to disarm. We don't want any accidents here. 1, 2, Everte Statum! For the record, Everte Statum was the incantation of a charm that caused the opponent to fly back several feet. It caused a short, sharp pain, but no lasting damage. Harry jumps up looking very unimpressed. Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra is actually a tickling charm, and caused Malfoy to bend over double in laughter. As you can see from the movie, the producers took a little artistic license here. Snape pulls Malfoy to his feet and pushes him back into the fray. As Malfoy gets ready to curse, Lockhart steps in. I said disarm only! Serpent Sortia! The snake summoning spell, Serpent Sortia, is a transfiguration spell that conjures a live snake from the end of a wand. This is clearly a rattlesnake, which was not what was shown in the movie. The snake conjured by Malfoy was clearly a cobra. Lego does have a perfectly good cobra in their parts inventory. This would have been much better for the scene with the snake, but I digress. Don't worry, Potter. I'll get rid of it for you. Allow me, Professor Snape. Alate Ascendere! On this rare occasion, Lockhart got the spell right and the snake is thrown into the air before falling back to the ground. Meanwhile, the snake turns to Justin Finch-Fletchley, who has a bit of a rough time in this movie. Justin is not included and comes to us courtesy of the 76389 Hogwarts Chamber of Secrets set. Sai has hashi. Sai has see him. Sai has see him. The snake turns to Harry, who shakes his head. Vipera Evanesca. It's another transfiguration spell that vanishes snakes. What are you playing at? The scene ends with Harry turning to Lockhart and then to Snape after realising what he'd just done wasn't perhaps a normal thing that students do. Moving on to the minifigures, LEGO has included the bare minimum for the scene. Notable exclusions include Justin Finch-Fletchley and Ron and Hermione. The students are dressed in their appropriate house robes, but these are common minifigures. This version of Harry appears in a total of 3 sets at the time of filming. In terms of recreating the character from the scene, LEGO has done a nice job. Being a second year student, LEGO opted for the short non-posable legs. The torso print shows Harry's robes hanging open, complete with Gryffindor badge. Harry of course also has a Gryffindor jumper and Gryffindor tie. Additional printing around the back shows the red lining of the hood. The scruffy hair is perfect for the character and allows us to see the lightning-shaped scar. The facial print is common and nicely recreates the boy wizard. My favourite, however, has to be the alternate expression, which shows Harry with a look of terror. Instead of including a regular wand on a sprue, LEGO has included one of these more dynamic elements which were introduced in 2023. The colour matches the wand element, which Harry is usually paired with, and then we have transparent elements at the end, representing the sparks we saw in the movie. Harry is almost unrecognisable when compared to the 2003 version. For starters, he's considerably smaller. That's on account of LEGO swapping out the full-size posable legs. The torsos from this time are also quite unusual, with the badge just slapped on the side of the jumper. The facial print on the traditional yellow head is unmistakably Harry. Next we have foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach, Draco Malfoy. This minifigure version of the Malfoy boy is super common and appears in at least 7 sets. Like Harry, he stands on the small non-posable legs, but then we have a torso which recreates the Slytherin robes. In the movie, Draco wears his robes open, but the minifigure has them fastened. Like Harry, there's a little bit more detail around the back showing the green lining of the hood. The almost unnaturally blonde hair, complete with widow's peak, is a perfect choice for the character. Similarly, the facial print captures that signature Malfoy sneer. There is of course an alternate expression which shows Malfoy in a fit of rage. Malfoy's wand does appear to be movie accurate. The wand itself is black, which LEGO usually includes with Malfoy minifigures, and shooting out of the end of the wand we have yellow sparks which do appear in the movie. It's kind of disappointing having such a common minifigure, but I guess there's only so much you can do with a school uniform. Malfoy has certainly changed a lot in the last 20 odd years. I'm not sure why LEGO went with grey for the school uniform, but the later figure much more accurately recreates the movie. Severus Snape, as you might realise from the 6th book, was the only child of Muggle Tobias Snape and pureblood witch Eileen Snape. Although from a poorer area, he met Lily Evans when he was 9 and loved her forevermore. Well, at least until the incident with Nagini. Snape comes with printed legs, but these are far from unique, appearing in 21 sets, 18 minifigures and 8 books. LEGO carefully aligns the torso printing so these legs can be used on multiple characters. That torso is unique to Snape and captures the robes beautifully. As well as a nice torso print, it's great to see some subtle arm printing too. The printing around the back is much more simple and captures the folds. The facial print is also unique to Snape, but has been used in 6 Snape minifigures. It captures Snape's signature suspicious sneer and the kind of look you don't want to encounter in a dark corridor. LEGO's had a good amount of practice recreating the Hogwarts Potions Master and Slytherin Head of House. As you'd expect, the resemblance to the character in the movie is pretty much spot on. What they were thinking with the 2002 version, I really don't know. Snape looks like some kind of medieval knight, but he does have an interesting feature. Yes, for some reason, vintage Snape has a glow-in-the-dark head. I think this is meant to represent Snape appearing from the darkness and surprising Harry. As Snape minifigures go, this is about as good as it gets, but I did save the best for last. Welcome Gilderoy Lockhart, who is brand new and exclusive to this set. Celebrity wizard and author Gilderoy Lockhart was only on staff for the 1992-93 school year and taught Defence Against the Dark Arts. His wand is made of cherry with a core of dragon heartstring. It's about 9 inches long and slightly bendy, a bit like Harry's arm when Lockhart removed the bones. Lockhart published multiple books including Break with the Banshee, Gadding with Ghouls, Holidays with Hags, Travels with Trolls, Voyages with Vampires, Wanderings with Werewolves, Year with the Yeti, and an autobiography, Magical Me. The legs, unlike the man himself, are plain and uninteresting. The same cannot be said for the custom printed torso, which is exclusive to this minifigure. The attention to detail is superb, even down to the metallic crest with interlinking L and G. The back of the quilted vest is printed neatly, and Gilderoy even has the same grey dueling glove, which we see in the movie. Another important part of the costume is the cape, which appears for the first time in sand green. It's fabricated from a pleasingly flexible plastic, and is more commonly worn by Batman. Although the cape makes Lockhart look very dapper indeed, it's not exactly what we saw in the movie. The movie version was draped over his shoulder and was a slightly different colour. That said, the overall look and feel of the minifigure is a very accurate recreation of the movie character. The hair is a very nice choice for the character, although I think Lockhart might actually be missing some of that hair. When he's hurriedly packing his trunk later in the movie, you might notice Lockhart grabbing a wig or two. LEGO also did a really nice job with the signature smile, which was worthy of the Witch Weekly's Most Charming Smile Award 5 times. The alternate expression is also interesting, and I like to think this shows Lockhart exposed for the fraud he was. It's always nice to get a new version of a classic minifigure, but I think LEGO has really knocked it out of the park with this one. If you need any more convincing, check out the Green Goblin on the left here. Dapper he may be, but LEGO clearly paid less attention to detail back in 2002. So that was set number 76441, Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club, from LEGO Harry Potter. It's a bit sparse with only the Dueling Club platform and a fireplace, but I do like the way it fits inside Hogwarts Great Hall. The action feature is a little weak, but adds some play value. It's also way more innovative than the older set which came out in 2003. These older sets are a prized part of my collection, but which do you prefer? The innocent charm of the early 2000s minifigures, or the movie accuracy of the more recent designs? Thanks so much for checking out my video, and for your immense patience between posts. I do have all of the latest 2025 sets, and can't wait for Aunt Marge to visit. Take care my friends, and I'll catch you next time.